6 saves in one night, a penalty stop, distribution sharp enough to control the tempo. That was Senne Lammens against Union Saint-Gilloise, the game that put his name on every scout's radar. Now, Manchester United have gone and signed the 23-year-old Belgian giant. 6 feet 4 inches, fearless, and maybe the man to cut short Andre Onana's reign at Old Trafford. 3 Premier League games in, United have already conceded 4 goals. A flapped corner against Arsenal, sloppy marking at Fulham, nervy moments at Burnley. It's the same story fans have seen before. Onana's save rate is under the microscope. Bayern literally handed Arsenal their opener, and the pressure is mounting. United need more security between the posts. Enter Senne Lammens. Signed from Royal Antwerp for around £18 million, rising to £21 million with add-ons. He's already passed the medical and penned his deal. The only question left, kid or king? Is this raw talent the real deal, or just another spin of United's post-De Gea carousel? Born in Zottegem, Belgium, Lammens grew up bouncing between local academies before landing at Club Bruges youth system. By 16, he was already on the bench for a Champions League match, a sign of how highly he was rated. By 17, he'd grown into a towering 6 feet 4 inches frame, all wingspan and confidence. But there was a problem: Simon Mignolet, Bruges #1 and a national hero, which meant Lammens was locked out of regular minutes. Across 3 years, he managed only 4 first-team appearances, though he did taste silverware early, starting in Bruges' 2021 Belgian Super Cup win, a 3-2 victory over Genk. In 2023, he made the bold call to leave on a free and join Royal Antwerp, the reigning Belgian champions. It was a gamble. He began as backup to Jean Boutez, but by early 2024, he had seized the gloves and never let go. Antwerp fans quickly saw what they had: a modern keeper with the confidence of a veteran. He earned multiple Player of the Month awards and even drew headlines as a potential successor to Thibaut Courtois for Belgium. And the numbers back it up. In the 2024/25 Belgian Pro League season, 81% save percentage, best in the league, 127 total saves, more than any other Belgian keeper. Hoovered up 13% of crosses, comfortably above most Premier League keepers. 4 penalties saved out of 6 faced. That's not just good for Belgium. Compared to Europe's top leagues, those metrics put him in the top 5% of keepers for shot stopping and cross dominance. On the eye test, it's the same story. Calm, commanding, and with that cold-blooded focus that makes strikers think twice. Every 50-50 ball feels like it belongs to him. 1. Pure shot stopping. When Antwerp needed a wall, Lammens delivered. In one clash with Union Saint-Gilloise, he pulled off 6 saves in a single game, including a penalty stop. Basically, keeping Antwerp alive on his own. His reactions are lightning quick, and the data backs it. He prevented around 13 more goals than expected last season, the best mark in Belgium and among the best in Europe. That's prime De Gea territory. 2. Command of the box. This is where he separates himself from United's current keepers. Onana claims about 5% of crosses. Lammens hoovered up 13% last season. That's the difference between opponents floating corners in with confidence and strikers looking over their shoulders thinking, the big man's coming for this. He doesn't just stand on his line, he prowls beyond it, leaps high, and either catches clean or punches clear. For a United side that has conceded goals from corners, that's a huge upgrade. 3. Composure under pressure. High press, tight angle, no panic. Lammens plays like the volume's turned down in the stadium. His short passing completion sat around 87%, meaning he rarely gave the ball away in dangerous areas. He's not about Hollywood passes, he's about keeping United ticking. Compare that to Onana, who might spray a few highlight reels, but also gifts possession back too often. With Lammens, it's safety first, highlights second. Exactly what United need when trying to build from the back under pressure.
Let's not crown him just yet. The biggest knock on Senne Lammens?
Experience. He's only had one full season as a number one at the top level. 0 Champions League minutes. His resume is still light compared to keepers who've faced Europe's elite under the floodlights. Walking out at Old Trafford on a European night is a different beast from Sunday afternoons in Belgium. His distribution is another question mark. Lammens averaged 7.36 successful long passes per 90 minutes in the Belgian league, compared to Onana's 4.53 in England. So he's not afraid to hit a line-breaking ball, but he doesn't yet have Onana's reputation as a sweeper keeper, constantly venturing outside his box to start attacks. That means while his kicking is effective, it's more functional than flamboyant. Against high-pressing sides like Liverpool or City, he'll need to show he can keep United moving without inviting pressure. Temperament? He plays with fire, but sometimes too much. Last year, he picked up 2 yellow cards for dissent after VAR calls went against him. In England, where refs don't hesitate to punish backchat, that could be costly. It's passion, sure, but he'll need to channel it. Finally, there's the physicality test. Lammens has the size, but the Premier League is relentless. Corners aren't just balls into the box, they're scrums. Strikers lean, shove, and crash into keepers on every delivery. If he bulks up a bit and learns to ride the contact, he'll be fine. But until then, expect a few bruises and maybe 1 or 2 shaky moments as he adjusts.
Manchester United don't need another goalkeeper who fancies himself a playmaker. They need someone who stops the bleeding. Too many times last season, and even in the first few games of this one, United have been undone by those awkward mid-range shots. Not sitters, not screamers, but the kind that punish hesitation. That's Lammens' sweet spot. His shot stopping against efforts from the edge of the box is elite. The kind of insurance policy that can turn a 2-2 draw into a 2-1 win. Tactically, expect subtle changes. With Lammens, the centre-backs can split wider, knowing he'll keep the passes short and steady rather than gamble with a risky diagonal. Think of it as pressing reset. Simple build-up, clean possession, less chaos. That stability frees up United's midfield to focus on transitions instead of firefighting at the back. The real test will be physicality. Premier League strikers don't just challenge for crosses, they bulldoze keepers. In Belgium, Lammens showed he can hoover up aerial balls, but England's penalty areas are more like rugby scrums. A bit of added muscle, a few months of adapting, and he'll be ready for Boxing Day mayhem. Once he does, those set-piece goals United keep conceding, they start to dry up. Manchester United reportedly paid around £18.1 million up front, with add-ons potentially taking it to around £21 million. That's a serious investment for a keeper with only 1 season of starts, but it's also a bet on youth and upside. Compare that to alternatives. A move for Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez would likely have cost north of £35 million and a wage packet close to £200,000 a week. Lammens? Around £60,000 to £65,000 a week, entering his prime years. He's value both on the pitch and on the books.
Squad-wise, expect a domino effect. Bayinda is already angling for a loan to get minutes. Onana has gone out on loan, which opens the door for Lammens to stake his claim sooner than expected. For the first time since De Gea, United have real competition in goal, and that can only raise standards. Verdict: will he be the undisputed number one? Senne Lammens arrives as a 23-year-old with just 1 full season as a starter, yet the numbers scream potential. An 81% save rate, 4 penalties saved, and a dominance of his box that put him in the top 5% of keepers across Europe last year. Those aren't just Belgian league stats, those are elite by any standard. Expect a bedding-in period. He'll likely start in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, plus league matches against lower table sides. Onana still has the Champions League nights and marquee fixtures for now, but football moves quickly. If Lammens looks as commanding at Old Trafford as he did in Antwerp, the gloves will be his within a season. And that's the whole point. For roughly £20 million, United have bought not just a backup, but a genuine contender for the number 1 shirt. Someone who could hold it for the next 6 to 8 years.
That's a risk worth taking, and maybe the smartest roll of the dice United have made since Ferguson left. So, is Senne Lammens really United's long-term answer between the posts? Or is the Premier League about to test him like never before? Drop your verdict in the comments, smash the like if you think he's the real deal, and subscribe for more deep dives into United's next generation.